Today I fucked up by screaming in my office today. I work in the domestic violence field, so we have strict safety measures in place. Door always locked, camera on entrance, need to be let in, etc. The neighboring businesses know about our safety procedures, and that there is a chance danger can come our way. Our dangerous persons file is huge. I am working alone in the office. I have been working for months on moving data from one system to another. It has to be done one case notes at a time, and some are handwritten, so I have to type those. I set a goal of finishing page 13 today, and I am cruising along at a very fast pace, and I hit a client with 32 handwritten case notes. So I did what any frustrated person who is working alone would do. I yelled out "Phew, you." A minute later, I hear knocking on my door, and it is the guy from the business next door wondering if everything is okay. At least he didn't call the cops! Exclamation mark. Too long didn't read, working alone in a secure office and startled the neighboring business into thinking I was probably in danger. Edited, changed industry to field. My brain yesterday was somewhat fried. Like a good neighbor, the person in the office next door is there. I want his name to be Jake. Get yourself some ETL tooling. Extract, transform, load. Bit of robotics and you can lean back and enjoy. Smile. Till, there is a domestic violence industry. I work for a non-profit that supports those who have been impacted by domestic violence. We do counseling, groups, and educational classes. ETA, the best part is, everything we do is free for those who use our services. Smile. At least you know the guys next door are concerned. Yup. It is great to know. Smile. We just moved to this new location in July, so it is a good thing. Smile. You can open Google Docs, get on that voice typing tool, and read out the case study notes. Then you just transfer the typed text to wherever you need it to be. Just a suggestion from me, sorry if you do have to hand type them though. Frown. Also, you have a very nice neighbor. Our firewall blocks that frown. Today I fucked up by not playing enough with my dog. Obligatory. This happened this morning. So I, 15 meters, live in Romania in a little town. My parents have a big garden, so we needed a dog to protect it. 10 years ago when I was 5 I found a dog at my gate, so I told my parents about it and they said it's okay to keep it. In the first 3 to 4 years of his life we played a lot, but then I got into 5th grade and didn't have that much time to play with him because of school and my gaming addiction. It went on till 9th grade when I had more time because I don't play as many games and I have less homeworks, and now I can have more time with my dog. But my dog got sick recently and stopped eating and pooping blood, so we got him to a veterinarian, but he said there is no way to help him but to hope he gets better. This morning he died and now I have feelings of guilt about not spending enough time with him. Equals. Too long didn't read, I've spent too little time with my dog and now he's gone. Sorry for bad English, it's my second language. My doggo is now old too. I was thinking about exactly this. I will tell him to forward your message when they will be chasing sticks up there. Smile. Smile. Sorry about your dog. Thanks. He was a good boy. I'm sure he enjoyed just being in your company. His life would be so different if you hadn't taken him in. Dogs are full of love and I'm sure yours fully loved you no matter how much you played with him. It's okay, it's not your fault that you didn't have the time. Just know that he still loved you and probably misses you very much. Dogs are probably the only animals who will love their humans no matter what they do. We all wish we would have done something different to people. My dog passed away in the night. I knew he was sick, but I was really busy working and I thought he'd be fine, so I wasn't there to comfort him as he died. In the end we are just people and we don't always do the right thing. But we loved them and were loved nonetheless. Today I fucked up by filling my stomach with fast food before a 5-hour plane ride. This actually happened 4 years ago, but for some reason I just thought about it and thought it might belong on here. It was the summer of 2017 and my family was taking a trip to the Grand Canyon. I'm from Michigan and we flew into Vegas, so this would be the longest plane ride that I would have been on in my life. I was 18 at the time. Well, not thinking about the length of the ride, I ate 3 McDonald's breakfast sandwiches and drank a coffee before boarding the plane. Initially I was excited because I had a window seat and I liked looking out the windows on plane rides. I wasn't seated with my family, however. The way the airline had it was me on the inside with a dad and his young daughter in the seats next to me. Well, you can probably see where this was going. About 5 minutes into the plane ride, my stomach started to rumble and I knew I needed to fart. I went to the bathroom and made the dad and daughter move once, but I couldn't get anything to happen in the tiny airplane stall. So I went back and decided to tough it out. I didn't want to bother the dad over and over again with his daughter who was having trouble sitting still as it was. I was basically fighting the entire flight, which was absolutely miserable, but while I sitting down it was somewhat manageable. The real trouble started when I stood up for the first time once we finally landed after what felt like an eternity. I'd if it was the shift in my stomach or what, but all of a sudden I could barely hold it in. I struggled off the plane and barely made it to the baggage line. I was looking for a bathroom the whole time but couldn't find one. Finally I had no choice but to release the pressure in my abdomen. I relaxed my stomach muscles and farted silently for about 15 seconds. It felt so good to release after all that time. At first it seemed like I got away with it and I started to move away from the initial blast zone. Just then, the lady to my right started gagging, like full-blown choking, and asked what that smell was. Then I smelt it. It was the worst fart I've ever let out in my whole life. After festering inside of me for 5 hours, it was like a combination of rotten eggs and old cheese. Slowly more and more people started gagging as I pretended to look around for the source of the smell. Once we finally got our baggage and cleared the area, I told my brother, who had also been gagging, what happened. I never saw him laugh harder in his life. I'm never taking the window seat on a plane again. Too long didn't read. I held in a fart on a 5-hour plane ride, which resulted in me triggering everyone's gag reflex in the baggage claim. Thank you for the awards. Never thought my farts would be worth anything. Who knew? Before a 6-hour flight to Seattle from Atlanta, I decided it was a good idea to get cheese fries from the Sweetwater Brewing restaurant. Back then I never ate fried foods, and it was the worst 6 hours of my life. Something about travel makes airport farts the worst. I remember sitting at Heathrow with a non-cooperative stomach between a couple long flights and doing the same. I had picked an uncrowded seating area, but of course a couple walked past at the most inopportune time, and 10 years later I still remember the disgusted look the woman gave me after walking through my fart cloud. Of course I thought it was kind of funny. Should have unleashed it 4 hours into the flight. Captive audience, bonus points if the O2 masks drop into the cabin. Edit, for this, I have become gold. Really? For this? First of all, congratulations on an epic fart. Those are hard to come by. I salute you. Second, you had to fart so bad due to the pressure change. I always have that issue on planes. The cabin is not kept at the same air pressure as you have on the ground. Think they hold it at a 6,000 to 8,000 feet level. This is to help if there is a spontaneous decompression in the aircraft. It lessens the blowout. However, it also causes a blowout of your digestive gases. Enjoyed the satisfaction of a great fart, and retell this story often. Edit, typos. Least you didn't crap yourself. Last year I had to sit on a 5-hour flight after a horrible vacation in Cuba gave me uncontrollable diarrhea. I had extra pants in my bag and remember that being one of the scariest moments of my life. It was a miracle that I didn't poop my pants.